campaign with 3 wins from their opening 3. However, this afternoon they had to head to Wexford to face one of their own in Davy Fitzgerald. Ger Canning was there to see it.
Wexford manager Davy Fitzgerald faces his native county with a team which is unchanged from the side which lost to Tipperary last weekend. So Conor Furman starts his second Alliance League match. Lee Chin hopes to maintain his current very good form, and Conor MacDonald looks to renew underage rivalry with the Bannermen. Yesterday's Fitzgibbon Cup final has impacted on the shape of Clare's team for what is another big test. Neither Tony Kelly nor David Fitzgerald is starting today, as Conor Cleary, who is also playing in that Fitzgibbon final for UL, captains the team with Jason McCarthy named alongside him at cornerback. Referee Colin Lyons from Cork gets the match underway. It's Clare who won the toss. They have the advantage of the wind at their backs for the opening 35 minutes, but they have the balancing act of the sun into their eyes also for the first 35 minutes. This is back towards Paddy Foley. Foley hitting it from outside the 45-metre line and putting it over the bar. What a very good start that is. The DCU student played on the losing team in yesterday's Fitzgibbon Cup final, but he puts Wexford into the lead here with that wonderful long-range shot. Short puck out by Clare as far as Jack Brown. Then drives it a good 70-80 metres down into the corner. Shane O'Donnell foraging there, but too many players for Wexford back. Sean Murphy, as expected, back, sweeping at the rear there. Out as far as Damien Wreck, this one comes, trying to avoid the hoop there of Shane O'Donnell. O'Donnell always works so tenaciously. 3-4 Clare players surround the man in possession, and that is Jason McCarthy, laying it off as far as Conlon, and Conlon getting his second point of this match for Clare. 7 minutes are gone, and it's 2 points apiece. Jason McCarthy setting up the opportunity for John Conlon, and a very good finish. Lee Chin, he's been marked by Jason McCarthy. A real huge task facing McCarthy in this match, such as the good form that Chin has been in. That's a brilliant ball over there to Paul Morris. Paul Morris slips it off towards Conor MacDonald. MacDonald striking. That looks good. Lovely score. That's what you expect from this fine young talent. Just 22 years of age from Neaverna in Gorey. Took the pass there beautifully in his stride, knocks it over, and it's 4 points to 3. Clare leading. David Reedy tries to take it. Instead, it's picked up here by David McInerney. McInerney soloing forward off his left-hand side. Has he got it right? He has. Good point by David McInerney, free of injury this year, playing with calmness and assurance, and he's made it 7 points to 4. John Conlon sets off on his shoulder here. He's got a support player, doesn't use him, goes for it himself. He got Clare's first couple of points, and now he's got a third, and he's going to take a little bit more minding by Matthew O'Hanlon. He's managing to get away from his man, showing much greater pace, greater commitment, and a lovely score. It's won back by Kevin Foley and Wexford. Wexford trying to make some headway here now with Aidan Nolan inside here. And that ball is up and it's over the bar. And it's the second half substitute who's put it over the bar, Rory O'Connor. O'Connor, who came in at half-time here, taking the pass from Aidan Nolan, and that's his first point. And the teams are level now for the 4th time. Clare looking to get going in the second half. Duggan couldn't win it. Rory O'Connor has it. Not expected from him towards Paul Morris. Runs on instead there towards Conor MacDonald. Little delivery out here to Jack O'Connor. That's brilliantly done. A point by Jack O'Connor. Just watch this one again here. Beautifully set up. And O'Connor sends that one up and over. And they're getting all the scores now since half-time. Well, one back here. It's Conor MacDonald, and it's over the bar. It's a second point for Conor MacDonald. 12 points to 9 now. Coming out with it here is Liam Ryan. Spooning it forward here. Dropped there by David McInerney. collected by David Dunn. Switch back here. They take it on once again here and drive it into Rory O'Connor in over the bar. Brilliantly done. 2 for Rory O'Connor. What an introduction this is, and it's 13 points to 9. Super score from Foley, 45 metres out towards Shane O'Donnell. Couldn't hold on to it, but it breaks loose here. Out towards Conlon, can't take it. His man Matthew O'Hanlon can, and O'Hanlon had a much better second half on John Conlon. He's kept him scoreless so far, and he's also managed to win a free out. There he is, O'Hanlon coming in here, held by Shane O'Donnell. Free once again to Wexford, and once more they call on Mark Fanning to come up and hit this one. 2-pointed frees already in the second half, and they have been hugely important, helping to build a base. 5 points of a lead. Now, can he get another one? It's ambitious, it's asking an awful lot of him, but then this is Fanning, a man who got 3 points or a goal the last time they played in the National League down here, and he's got 3 points from frees. Just look where he is, outside the D, well inside his own 45. That is an absolute monster from about 100 metres, and it's 15-9. And that's away by Cathal Malone. But it's 2 against 1. And Sean Murphy is back there sweeping, intelligently using possession, linking up with Liam Ryan, playing it forward to Kevin Foley, and Kevin Foley knocks it over the bar. His second, 1 in each half. He scored some excellent points against Cork here 3 weeks ago, and he's got 2 here as well, and it's now 16 points to 9. Once again, a pile up, waiting to see just what will develop. Peter Duggan, helped out here by Cathal Malone. Malone goes down that left wing. In there towards John Conlon once again. And this one has gone beautifully over. Difficult angle for him, but he made the most of the opportunity and took the score. And that is a 4th point in this match for John Conlon. Back come Wexford once again. Beautifully in here to Cathal Dunbar. Dunbar striking and putting it over the bar. What a substitution. And the substitutes for Wexford have certainly played their part. They've come off the bench now, and between them they've scored 4 points, the latest to come from Cathal Dunbar. And it's now 18 points to 11. And surely there is no way back for Clare. Conor Cleary setting it down to Peter Duggan. Duggan setting off past O'Hanlon. About to pull the trigger there when Furman came across. Still it's Duggan. The referee's got to bring the play back because there was an earlier foul there on Peter Duggan. So it'll be a free from 20 metres out. But with the score 20 points to 13, not an awful lot that Clare can do about it this late stage of the game. 3 minutes of additional time are going to be played. And we're into that right now. Peter Duggan standing over this. Goes for a goal. And he's got it. How did that get in? A goal and 7 points. Right on the call of 70 minutes. He stuck it in the back of the Wexford net. Well, what a pity that goal didn't come just a little bit earlier. It might have put the frighteners on Wexford a little bit more. Tremendous finish by the 2 teams. Back out into the centre it comes, and the referee blows his whistle, and Wexford have beaten Clare. They've done so by 4 points. A tremendous second-half performance by Davy Fitzgerald's team against his old pals from Clare. And the final score in Innovate Wexford Park is Wexford 20 points, Clare 1 goal and 13.
We did reasonably well in the first half with the win, but we probably ultimately didn't get enough points on the board at that stage. They came out at the start of the second half, they tacked on 4 or 5 points very quickly, and ultimately we made a lot of basic mistakes all over the field, and you have to give great credit to Wexford. They were physically more powerful than our guys today, and their first touch was better. So ultimately we've got to go back and look at some of the basic errors that we made during the game and work on them now between now and the Waterford game.
I'm so used to watching you on the sideline there. I had to remind myself on occasions which team you were coaching this afternoon. Has to be awkward for you as well.
Yeah, no matter what, like, I played with Clare for 18 years or whatever, and I managed for 5, and that's where I live, you know, so you'll be passionate on the sideline, but it isn't easy at the same time. Like for an hour and 10 minutes today, you have to put that aside, Gerald, because in fairness, these Wexford guys give me absolutely everything that they can give me, and I can't ask any more. And I think we're safe in Division 1, so we're absolutely delighted. It's progress, which is important.
Yeah, a good result for the home county, even if it doesn't change too much things at the top of Division 1A. And that really, Anthony, I suppose, was this really, would it be unfair to say it was kind of about bragging rights today? Because as Davy said there, they're safe in Division 1, they know where they're going.
Yeah, bragging rights, Michael. I'm not too sure Davy would be worried about bragging rights. I think if the roles were reversed slightly today and that Cork maybe had beaten Clare last week and Wexford had beaten Tip and they were on the 6 points.
Sure,
but like Clare went down there on the 6 points and there's no doubt about it, you're safe, you're true. And Fitzy needed that win to make sure relegation is out of the equation and we're through. So I think Wexford way more up for it today, you know. And Clare just that little bit flat, too many defenders standing after men, I felt, and you know, but just I think maybe that intensity wasn't in Clare today. Look, there could be a big battle between these two teams yet this year because they're both going well, and maybe there's a little bit being held back for that. Yeah,
maybe a little bit held back, but at the same time, I mean, Clare have been going well so far in this campaign, and as we always say about these things, you wouldn't want to read too much into it or out of it, I suppose, at this stage.
No, but I think from Davy Fitt's point of view, little do we think after 4 matches we'd be here saying Wexford are saved, they're in a quarter-final. And to be fair to them, they've made progress, as he's just said. So, and as well as that, they had only 2 games at home this year, and they've won both of them. So I think they would have targeted all these games.
Sure.
As much as Davy doesn't want to say it, you know, beating Clare, he's a competitor. He wants to win every game. And I think they have to be very, very happy with today. And the Wexford supporters are building again, and they're making progress. You know, they're going from strength to strength. Yeah.
Actually, let's just have a look at the way Wexford set up today, because obviously you know Davy Fitz, you know his methods, and one thing that struck you was the puck outs and the way he organised that.
Yeah, Michael, they were way more direct with the puck outs from Mark Fanning. Now look at Michael O'Malley made a fantastic debut last week, and I think he'll have a fantastic career with Clare, but there's no doubt Jack O'Connor's a big, big guy. And Davy targeted a lot of puck-outs down that wing early on in the first half. Chin as well on the other wing had the height advantage over Jason McCarthy. And he looked at that and said, look, if we can get those matchups right, we could see the isolation here. And, you know, he just maybe 1.5 foot over him, like, and very difficult to compete. Mikey learned from that, and he will improve from that, you know. But Jack O'Connor is possibly his best game, maybe most settled game for Wexford today. Yeah. You know, was always keeping the head up, and especially the Wexford players then started to read it, like and Kevin Foley, who has been scoring great points in the last few games, you know, reading that situation there today, expected him to catch it and moved on to it. And that in the first half, they only went down a point at half time going in, having played into the wind. That was probably a huge factor. Maybe a bit of inside knowledge out of Davy, but you know, Mike O'Malley's after having man of the match and learned a bit more about National League hurling today, which will do him no harm long term. Yeah, and you mentioned Jack O'Connor, and there was another O'Connor who made an influence on the game today, and of course these lads come from good stock.
Yeah, Jack and Rory come on at half time, so Wexford down a point at half time. Lee Ching goes off their talisman. Rory O'Connor, who's an up and coming star down in Wexford, comes on and he scores 4 points, 3 points from play. And even here, look, this is his second score. He falls to the ground, composure, back up, straight over the bar. You know, this is a future star of Wexford. Even here, all these scores look very simple to us, but he did them, the economy of just putting over the bar left and right. And I think he's going to be a massive future star for Wexford. Yeah. And if they get him, like, Wexford made great progress last year. They need to build on it, so they need future players coming on. And he's definitely, after today's second-hand performance, he's the one to be looking out for during the summer. And as the saying goes, lads, it wouldn't be off the ground he licked it, would it? No. Now, another big game down south this afternoon was